Hey, hey. Checking to see if we're live real quick.
All right, I think we are live, but we are
Yep.
muted.
Oh, I heard us.
Okay, good. So we are good to go.
Yep, I hear us.
Beautiful. What is going on, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Monday. It is a beautiful Monday, and every single Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern, you can find us here for our weekly coaching where we actually host trainings on everything and anything that's going to help you grow your online business. So, my name is Javier Carlin. I'm a physical therapist, and this is Marissa Case. She is a registered dietitian, and we have a group, and this group, which is the one that you're in right now, has a new name. So the name of this group, if you haven't noticed yet, it just changed. It is now Online Business Growth Secrets for Health Experts. So if you are a health expert, okay, if you are a healthcare professional, this is a group for you. If you are looking to learn the best strategies to grow your online business, then you're in the right place at the right time. So,
As always, if you know any other healthcare expert that would benefit from the information in this group, feel free to send them an invite, tag them in the videos. We would love to have them. And we see a lot of you guys are on right now. So drop a comment below. Let us know where you're tuning in from, what healthcare profession you're in. Are you an RD, a PT, an OT, chiropractor? What type of healthcare professional are you? We would love to know.
yes, we have a lot of new people in this community, which is amazing. And because of that, there's a lot of you that we haven't gotten a chance to meet yet. So we would love to know, like Marissa said, go ahead and drop it in the comments. Let us know. Are you an RD? Are you a PT? Are you a health coach? What do you do? We would love to hear from you. So drop it in the chat. Let us know if you are live, if you are team replay, watching this on the replay. We've got an excellent training for you in store today on the 5 steps. Okay, the 5 steps to succeed online as a health expert. So if you're excited about that, you should be, okay, because we're going to drop some fire today. So we got Bianca Larson, Colorado RD. I love it.
Ooh, RD in the house.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Beautiful. So really what we want to talk to you about today are a few things. We're definitely going to dive into the 5 steps to succeed online as a health expert in just a few moments. With that said, we do have a new structure, a new name to this group, who it is that we're serving and how we're serving them. For over a year now, we've been helping healthcare professionals grow their businesses. We've been helping them to gain more clients using online marketing methods and doing it very successfully. Everyone's results have been absolutely amazing, and we like to keep things simple. Right. So with that, today we're going to dive into the 5 simple steps in just a few moments. And with that said, because we have a lot of new members in this community, we want to let you know a little bit more about, why we do what we do. We want to let you know about who we are, right? Why it is that we started doing what we're doing, right? What our vision is, what our mission is with this group, with this community, and with our business. Okay. So for those of you that don't know, we actually help health experts grow their online business, help you help more people have a greater impact in the world, okay, while generating more income and really building a business that serves you, serves your family, that you can actually build around your lifestyle. So it doesn't take over your life, but it actually allows you to enjoy your life. Okay? So, what's our mission?
So, our mission is to help healthcare experts build a business that serves themselves, their loved ones, and their clients at the highest level. That is what we're all about here. And you may see us wear these shirts from time to time. We love rocking these shirts. They say Clinical Freedom Fighter. And really, it's what we're all about. It's what we truly believe. Like, we eat, breathe, sleep, Clinical Freedom Fighter here. And it's really about being the director of your own life, not having to abide by a boss or a schedule that doesn't really fit with your lifestyle or your needs, right? It allows you to build a business, become clinically free, and build a business that serves your life, your loved ones, that really is run by your values, right? Not someone else's idea of how you should be living your life. So that's what we're all about here.
100%.
You guys see these shirts?
100%. And the fighter component, right, is really about not giving up at the first sight of adversity, okay? And being in relentless pursuit of your dream life. So if that's you, right, if that's what you're about, then welcome to the club, right? We are loving having you here. Our vision, okay, our vision is this. It is to help over 10,000 health experts create a new model in the healthcare system, okay, where we position ourselves as the go-to experts and the first line of defense, okay, for all medical conditions and treatments, and really helping people to prevent all the medical conditions that are out there that are highly preventable that our society is causing, right? And with some guidance, with some coaching, with some expert help, the people out there, right, who we are sworn in to serve can really have a completely different life, can have more energy, more confidence, greater self-esteem, a better life that, is longer, right? Longevity, and a life where they can be happy, right? Where they can be fulfilled, where they can feel good about the great things that they're doing daily, right? With the people that they care about the most. And that's what we're all about. That's what we want to help other people do, is actually expand that vision, expand that mission, right? So we can together help hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people across the world to have and live a healthier life. So that's what we're about. If you're with us, say, I'm with you in the comments down below. Say, I'm with you. All right. So without further ado, let's dive right into the 5 steps to succeed online as a health expert. If you're excited, go ahead and comment excited in the chat. Let's get it. Awesome. So number one.
All right. Are we going to do a little screen share? Ooh,
Yeah.
Look at that.
We're gonna get fancy tonight.
I think this is the first time we're using this new technology here tonight. So let's do it. Can you guys see that? There's number 1. Oh, he just erased it.
All right.
I think so.
Can you see the screen there? So
Pretty
let's do this. Let's do the 5. And don't mind my handwriting, okay? 5 steps to succeed online. How many steps? Say it with me.
5.
5 steps. All right.
All right. So let's dive in. So number 1 is setup. Now, within each of these steps, there are sub-steps. We don't have time to go into all of it tonight, but we're going to break down as much as we can right here with you tonight. So number 1 is setup. Within the setup, there's 3 important areas. So number 1 is it starts with you. When we're building a business, we first have to think, what do we want? What do you want for your business? What type of business do you want? How many hours do you want to work? Do you want to do group coaching, one-on-one? What is going to serve you and your lifestyle? Next.
Whoops.
Oh,
there it is.
Okay. So next, once we decide what we want for ourselves, right? We have to think, am I willing to do what it takes to get there? If the answer is yes, perfect. You can continue to move forward, right? So number 1, it starts with you. You have to be in the right mindset, have the right mentality, and really truly want this business for you, your family, your loved ones, and your clients. All right.
100%. And to add to that, right? This is really all about this. Okay. There's a secret success formula, and it looks like this. Okay. It is be. So everyone write be. It is do. It is have. Okay. And what we have to understand here is with the setup, okay, we have to know what we want first. Okay. We have to know what we want to have. Okay. So once we know what we want to have, right, you have to answer the question, what are you willing to do, okay, to get there, to get that, okay? So in order to have the things that we want, we have to do things to get those things, okay? And we have to know not just what we have to do, but we have to decide, are we willing to do what it takes? Because if you're not willing to do what it takes, right, then, hey, then we just have to accept that we're not going to get that thing. Okay. And we have to be honest with ourselves. But obviously, that's not you. You're watching this training right now. You're in this Facebook community because you do want those things, and you're okay with having to sacrifice sometimes a little bit in the beginning to get ultimately what you want out of life. Okay. And before we do the things, we have to become the person, right, that can do the things, that has the courage, the confidence. And that doesn't come before, right? That comes right now. You have to be that person today. So you can do the things to have the things that you want to have. All right.
Absolutely. So as you see, really, it all starts with you. And everyone thinks, in setup, it's like, oh, do I get my LLC? Do I do this? Do I open up a bank account? Do I get my liability insurance? Before you do any of that, we have to do this part first, right? You. Starts with you. Next is your day-to-day. This is pretty simple, but it's really your calendar and your schedule. If you're working a 9 to 5, right, where can you find time in your day to work on your business, right? If you're working part-time, are you going to time block certain days to work on your business, or how is your schedule going to be, right? And if you're full-time in your business, are you really maximizing your day-to-day schedule to make the most out of your business? So really taking a look at your daily calendar, your schedule, and figuring out a system that works really well for you.
Yes, everything has to be planned out to the T. Okay, every half an hour, every hour has to have a assignment, and even if that is to relax and do nothing, it has to be on your calendar, right? And what we teach, our private clients is actually the idea of having daily action items, right, that are directly correlated with what you have to get done in your business, and more importantly, the results that you want to get that month. Okay. Typically we do it on a financial basis because that's easier to see. And typically if you have a business, right, you have certain financial targets that will allow you, right? It's important in the sense that those targets that you hit will allow you to have everything else that you want, right? The time, the things, whatever it is. Okay. But it's important that we lock those in on a day-to-day basis so that we can ultimately get what we want long-term. Okay. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Cool.
Awesome. And then the third part and last part of setup is your freedom number. Now, again, we don't have time to dive into the whole freedom number tonight, but just to give you a little insight as to what that really is. Your freedom number is the amount of income you need per month to at least pay for your primary expenses. Now, what are primary expenses? Stuff like your mortgage, your gas, maybe your health insurance, your food, your water, your electric bill, things that you really, really need to pay for. Those are your primary expenses. You also have secondary expenses, things that you spend money on that you don't necessarily need to have. Maybe it's your Starbucks. Maybe it's all those Amazon packages coming to your door every single day, right? So really understanding your freedom number and knowing what it takes to hit that freedom number. Because once you know what it takes to hit that freedom number, you can start designing your packaging and pricing so that you can easily hit that freedom number. And to be honest, for every single person that we work with, the freedom number is very easy to hit, but you have to have a target. You have to know what that freedom number is, or else you're never going to hit it. So knowing that freedom number will really help you excel in your business and get that business off the floor, get it off the ground with a lot of confidence, because it's going to be a lot closer than you think.
Yes. So by the way, just because I recently thought about this, we actually held it's a 2-hour class, 2-hour web class, where we dive deep into how to calculate your freedom number, how to really know what that number is and what you have to do to get there so that you can escape the 9 to 5 and go full-time online. So if that's something that you're interested in getting, it is a free web class. Go ahead and type in freedom number down below. And at the end of today's training, we'll go ahead and make sure to get that sent over your way, because we dove in deep into that, and I think you'll find it super valuable. So that is the third step in the setup phase. Okay, so that leads us to step number 2. Okay, so let me go ahead and erase this here. All right, so step number 2, okay, is this. Step number 2 is serve. Okay. So when we're talking about serving, okay, what we're focused on here is exactly that. It is how can we provide value? How can we serve the people that we really have a strong desire to work with? Okay. So what we need to do is once we have that setup down, we have to make a decision. Okay. And in business, you have to be able to make decisions fast. Otherwise, you stay stuck for months or years spinning your wheels, right? Trying to figure this thing out. And we really have to make a decision on who it is that we want to serve. And it starts with this. Okay. So it starts with this. Number 1 is who. Okay. So who is it that we want to work with? And I know this is a tough answer for a lot of people starting off to give, right? It's like, well, I can help everyone. We know you can help everyone, but if you're trying to help everyone, you end up helping no one because no one's listening to you, right? Your message doesn't resonate with them. So you have to really make sure that we figure out who and why this is important, right? If we have a fish, okay, let's say we want to go fishing.
Look
Okay?
at that beautiful
That's
fish.
a fish, okay? That's a little fish. So let's say we want to go fishing, okay? Am I going to go fish for salmon, right, in the ocean? I don't know too much about fishing, but I don't think they live in the ocean, okay? So if I want to go fish for salmon and I go to the ocean, guess what I'm not going to catch? I'm not going to catch any salmon. So you're not going to get any clients if you don't know who your who is. So we have to know who is it that we want to serve, okay? Next up, we have where, okay? So when we decide who we want to serve, then we have a better chance of knowing, okay, well, where are they? Where are they hanging out? Right. So in this case, again, if I was going to, fish for salmon, I'd probably have to go to maybe a river. Okay. I think that's where they live. So I'd go to a river, right? And that's where I would go fishing for salmon. I have a much higher chance of growing my business and catching the fish, right? If I go to a river, if I'm looking for salmon. So for you, what that means is you have to figure out who you want to serve. You have to figure out where are they, right? Where are they hanging out online, potentially offline as well. Okay. And then once we've done that, we have to figure out what do they want? What do they want, right? The food that a salmon eats might be very different from the food, right, that a mahi eats, a dolphin, right? They might eat 2 completely different types of bait. So we have to know what is it that they want, right? What is it that they're going to want to eat? Okay, same thing with your dream customers. It sounds funny, I know, but we really have to understand them better than they understand themselves, right? We have to know what they want, what their desires are, what their passions, what their frustrations, what their pains, right? We have to be able to know what they want. And what that's going to allow us to do, right, is it's going to allow us to have the right bait, okay? So we have the right bait, the right hooks, right, to catch their attention, to attract them to what we have to offer. So we have to know who are they, where are they, what do they want? Okay. And if you have these 3 things locked in, guess what? You're going to get a result. And that result, okay, is going to be a happy client. Okay. So this is the second step to succeeding online. You have to have the right setup. Okay. You have to know what your freedom number is. You have to have your service locked in. You have to know exactly how you're going to serve people, right? What type of value you're going to provide. But even before then, you have to know, well, who's going to be listening to this anyway, right? The advice that you would give to an 18-year-old football player is very different from the advice you'd give to a 80-year-old, elderly man who wants to take care of his wife, right? Does that make sense? Is this making sense so far? Go ahead and comment "makes sense" in the chat if this is making sense, okay? This is the second step to succeed online. We go a lot deeper into this in that free web class that I mentioned. It's called The Path to Full-Time Freedom. So if that's something that you want access to, just go ahead and comment freedom number down below, and we'll get it to you at the end of today's class. All right.
All right. So moving on to number 3. Number 3 is sell. And within sell, we have 3 different areas. So we're going to go ahead and break that down for you.
Okay. So when it comes to business, right, we have to be able to sell our services. And I know that's an icky word for many of you, right? The first thing that comes to mind is that, sleazy car salesperson, right? That's very pushy and trying to get you to buy everything. Okay. That's not how we want to go about it, obviously. And that's not what selling is. Okay. Selling is this. Okay. Number one, it is creating a solution. Okay. So you want to create a solution. And how we create a solution, there's an in-depth way of how we actually go about this. Okay. In a way that allows us to create an offer, create a package, create a program, create a service, right, that the people told us that they really want. Okay. So we're offering something that they want, not something that they don't want. And that's what selling is, right? Is offering something to someone that can help them solve their problems. So the first thing we want to do when we're thinking about selling, right, is to create a specific solution. The second piece here, okay, is we have to not just have a solution, but we have to learn how to sell, right, authentically. So learn authentic sales. There is a way to do this where whether they buy or don't buy, they're going to be thanking you for taking the time to listen to them and to offer a solution. If it's not the right time, it's not the right time. But at the end of the day, it's going to be so authentic that both of you are going to feel good at the end of it. Okay. And that's a skill that you must develop, right? And inside of authentic selling, there is a 10-step process, right, that we have to break down, okay, to really make sure that we're hitting all of the points that we need to hit in order to help the person across the table from us, or in the Zoom call with us, to make the best decision for themselves. Okay. So there's 10 steps within the authentic selling method. All right. Number 3, undersell, we have to, this is extremely important. Okay. And this is a part that a lot of people don't think about. A lot of people don't teach. A lot of people don't really, see the importance of, and that's a massive mistake. I would say this is one of the biggest mistakes that people make when it comes to growing their business online, okay, and in general. So the third component here is to master your money mindset, okay? Master your money mindset. If you ever have resistance over asking people for money, if you ever have resistance towards increasing and raising your prices, if you ever feel like your programs and services aren't worthy of someone paying you for that, okay, it's going to be really hard. And how many of you have felt that? I've felt that in the past, right? 100%. Everyone kind of goes through this, and it's tough, right? Because we know we can help people, but we also know that in order to help them, we have to help ourselves first. And if we don't feel good about selling our services, right, well, what's going to happen? Well, then they can't get the solution to their problems, and they end up in a much worse place, right? Because we didn't have the mindset, the guts, right, to sell them something. And on the opposite end, right, if we don't get comfortable with selling, if we don't get our money mindset on lock, right, and understand that selling is serving and selling is helping people, and that we have a moral obligation to give that service to people and to sell it to them, because only when people invest will they pay attention. And will they actually do something with the advice, the material that you give them? Okay. So we have to master that money mindset. Otherwise, guess what else is going to happen? You're not going to have a business. You're going to have to go back to work 9 to 5. And I know for those of you in this group, that's the last thing you want, right? You want to have that financial freedom. You want to have that time freedom. You want to have that clinical freedom, right? So we have to be able to master your money mindset. And it's going to challenge you to think in a completely different way from what you're thinking right now. Make different decisions and invest in yourself, invest in your business, invest in your mindset, because that's what it's all about. Okay. So that is number 3. Can you guys write this down? I want to make sure you all have this. So number 1 was setup. So write 1, setup, write 2, serve, and write 3, sell. Okay. Setup, serve, and sell. All right.
Perfect. Now, before we go any further, because we got a total of 5, we just want to let you know that with just 1, 2, and 3, just with the setup, the serving, and the selling, you can have a very successful, thriving business. You do not need to go any further than that unless you want to take it up a notch. So here is where we start to really kick it up a notch in our business, is in numbers 4 and 5. So in steps 4 and 5. Steps 1, 2, 3, set up, serve, sell. Focus on making money. You can have a very successful business, making a lot of money, helping a lot of clients, right? Here in 4 and 5 is where we start to focus on getting our time back. And we'll show you how you do that. So number 4 is scale. Within scale, one way to start scaling your business is to create a community. As you all know, our favorite place to create a community is on Facebook. We have an amazing Facebook community. There's thousands of you in here. It's absolutely amazing. And we love connecting with you and talking with you. You guys can do the exact same thing online as well. Some of you guys already have amazing Facebook communities, right? So creating that community is a great way to just get a ton of people behind your movement and build that know, like, and trust factor. You want to add anything to that? Or?
Yeah. I mean, I think the main piece here, right, is like Marissa was saying, the first 3, right, will allow you to really set yourself up to start growing your business. Okay. Once you're ready to take it to that next level, the scale comes in the Facebook groups, right? Creating a community of people that are excited to learn from you, that are excited for more, and really, value what you have to say. Okay. And she's going to break down the second component now.
Yeah. So second component of scale is launching a group program. Now, a lot of people want to get to this level, right? And we personally like to have our clients do a little bit of one-on-one first, make sure that you have your method, your process down perfect. Then we can scale it to a group program. And it doesn't take that long, right? But we can definitely get there fast if we work smart. So launching a group program, we could get a lot of people in your services or in your programs at once, and you could take groups of people through your program. That way you don't have to work with as many one-on-one clients. Now, this is only if you want to. If you want to work one-on-one for the remainder of your career, not a problem at all. Be our guest. Like, that is an amazing way to do business as well. But some people want to move into that group setting. So this is when you would transition into that setting. So like Javi wrote down, one to many, right? You do something once and you're able to replicate it, duplicate it, and serve many people with just doing something once. So that's creating that group program. And that's going to help you, number one, serve a lot of people in a shorter amount of time, and also get a lot of people amazing results faster.
Yes, 100%. So just to summarize, okay, this is where we start to think about, okay, right, I have X amount of people I'm working with one-to-one, and I feel kind of stuck, right? I know that there are a lot more people out there that we can help, that we can have a strong impact on. And I also know that there's the opportunity to generate a ton more income, right? Where we can use that money for the things that we love, the things that we need in our life, the things that we want to help other people with, right? Whether it's charity, church, etc. So the way that we do that, the way that we have to do that, is to transition to groups by scaling. And there's 2 types of groups, right? There is the community, which is the group that you create where the people that you want to serve are hanging out in. And then there is the actual group programs, which we have found actually get people better results for multiple reasons. Okay, just trust us on that. Okay, so the idea in scale is to go from one-to-one, helping people individually, okay, to helping people one-to-many. Now, what that allows you to do, again, greater impact, because you can serve more people at once, and being able to serve more people at once also generates you greater income. And now some of you might want to stay one-to-one forever, and that's totally fine. But there is going to be a limit, again, in the number of people that you can serve, and how fast you can grow and scale your business, where you can actually help even more people by bringing on team members. Okay, and that leads us to number 5.
So number 5 is systemize. So go ahead and write scale and systemize 4 and 5 in the chat for me, so I know you guys are following along. Number 5, systemize. 2 parts of this here. Number 1 is leveraging tech and leveraging people. All right. So in terms of technology, There are amazing pieces of technology that are out there these days that help us and make our lives so much easier, right? So like, for example, email automations, text, there's so many different programs out there. Zoom, we're talking to you guys through Zoom and StreamYard now, right? It's amazing. So leveraging technology to help you get your message to more people easier and faster. And then leveraging people, right? So when it comes to your business, we really want to focus on the who, not the how. Now, many of you who either have tried to start your business, maybe you're, just a baby entrepreneur getting your feet wet, or maybe you've been in business for a long time. You guys realize that there are a lot of different moving parts when it comes to your business. At first, in your business, you are everything. You are the face of your company. You are the bookkeeper. You are the person sending out all the emails. You're the one posting on Instagram and Facebook, and you're a content creator and a copywriter. And what else are you? You wear like 100 different hats in your business. And we do feel that it's very important in the beginning to kind of get messy and, really get in the game and figure out, all the ins and outs of the business. But there comes to a point where we could start to pull ourselves out of the business and look for people who can do some of those tasks for us, who are amazing at it and who we can happily pay to do those tasks for us. So we as business owners can use our time and focus on coaching our clients better, or maybe doing more direct outreach or one-on-one, or having a vision, right? Sitting down and just thinking about what you want for your company, coming up with your mission and your vision, right? So really focusing on who can help you in your business, and not how can I be a bookkeeper? How can I learn how to run Facebook ads? How can I learn how to do my taxes? How can I learn how to write better copy? How can I learn? Because if you spend all your time learning how to do all of that stuff, your business is pretty much going to stay exactly where it is. So we got to bring on the who's to help with the hows. Does that make sense?
Makes sense to me. Yeah. So number 5 is systemize. Okay. So again, technology to save you time to create automations. Okay. That can actually help you be in more places at once, right? Be in front of more people at once, serve more people at once without you having to actually create things every single day. Okay. These things are working behind the scenes for you. And number 2, people. Okay. Who are the people in your life right now, right? The people that can help you to grow your business faster. Who are the people that you can bring onto your team, right? To help you with the pieces of your business that, number 1, you don't like to do. And number 2, take a lot of time, where you can actually be spending more of that time, like Marissa was saying, getting in front of more people, right? Making more sales, getting more people in your programs, expanding that vision, and getting to the point where you have all the people in your team that you need to buy back your time. Okay. And this is the 5 steps to succeed online. So just to recap, okay, we have setup, we have serve, we have sell, we have scale, and we have systemize. Once you've locked in those pieces, this is what's going to happen. Okay. You're going to have a greater impact on the number of people that you can help, Okay. That's number 1. You're going to be able to generate tons more income, especially when you get to 4 and 5. You're not only going to be able to make more money, you're also going to be able to bring the right people onto your team so that they can do the work for you, right? Sometimes even better than you can, right? Which is ideal, so that you can actually get that time back of yours to do the other things that you love. I know you love working in your business. That's awesome. But there's, I'm sure, other things that you love to do as well, like travel, go on vacations, right? Go to the pool, go fishing for salmon, whatever it is, whatever your thing is, right? There are other things in life that you don't have to wait to do, right? Till you're 65 or 70 or 80, right? You can do those things now, or as soon as you start to scale and systemize, right, your business. And the cool thing about online is that you're able to actually go through these steps at a much faster rate because there are less expenses, okay? Things are more convenient. There's less drive time. There's a lot less that goes into having a successful online business than you would a brick and mortar in-person business, right? And you're able to actually go through these steps at an accelerated rate, which is the biggest thing we have to understand, right? What we're trying to do in our business is collapse time. We're trying to shorten the length of time that it takes to do anything, because what we know is this: we have a finite amount of time in our life, and what we want to do is accomplish these results as quickly as possible. So how do we do that? Right? With these 5 steps that we just showed you. And when you lock these in, and the key here is do not miss a step. Don't skip a step, because imagine this, right? Imagine we have a wheel, okay? And each of these 5 pieces, each of these 5 steps is a part of that wheel, okay? So let's say we're driving a car. We're driving a nice Tesla. It's electric, right? You're driving down the street, and all of a sudden, right, that wheel actually gets, there's a piece of that wheel, right? One of the 5 pieces that gets taken out. What's going to happen, right? That car is not going to go for that much further, okay? It's going to get stuck. It's going to stop, right? It's going to be a mess, total mess, right? It's not going to go anywhere fast. And what ends up happening is that so many people, they skip one of these steps, right? Or one of the sub steps within the step. And that is why they're stuck, right? For years, months, right? They haven't gotten far, and they're doing all this work. They're still working hard, and they can't seem to get ahead. And it's partially because of one of these steps was either moved out of place or taken out completely. And if you do that, right, and perhaps you're not even aware of which step it is, right? Even worse. That is when you definitely need to figure out what is the step that I'm missing, right? That's got me feeling stuck right now. It's that important. So anything else?
No, I mean, that's it. You're going to have a flat tire, right? If there's a missing puzzle piece, a missing chunk of your tire, at some point that car is going to come to a halt, and it's not going to be able to move forward at all. You're going to be stuck on the side of the road waiting for someone to come fix your tire for you, right? So again, really important to have all 5 pieces of the puzzle, the full circle complete. That way you can keep on rolling in your business.
100%. So for those of you that are either new to the group or have been with us for a while, okay, we just broke down in a short amount of time an actual 5-step process that we dove in deep into, gave you real world examples of, showed you how people, that are in your same profession, whether physical therapists, RDs, occupational therapists, other health experts, are actually taking these 5 steps and implementing them daily and getting great results because of it in their businesses. So we were, trying to condense this in a short amount of time as possible, but there is obviously more that comes with this. So what we want to give y'all is the opportunity to get the deeper dive steps. We have, like I mentioned, a free web class. It's called The Path to Full-Time Freedom, and it's completely free. We dive deeper into what this actually looks like, how to actually take those steps and start implementing them in your business so you can have more clarity, more direction, and confidence to go full-time online. So if that's something that you want information on, just go ahead and comment the word freedom number. Comment the word freedom number. That is a segment, if you're just jumping on now, that is a segment of the entire 5-step process. We'll go ahead and get you that web class replay. It's about 2 hours long. It's going to blow your socks off. You're not going to want to miss it. So go ahead and comment freedom number. We'll get that over to you. And we'd love to hear your takeaways after that. So anything else?
I think that's it.
All right, beautiful. So we hope you have a great rest of your evening. For those of you that don't know, before we jump off, right, this is what we do. Okay. We help health experts grow their online business successfully, right? By following the 5 steps that we just laid out, giving you a plan, a process, and some support along the way so you can truly have success at an accelerated rate. So you're not wasting time making the mistakes, right? We've already made all the mistakes for you. So we're going to save you a ton of time, a ton of money, so you don't have to too. So if that's something that you're interested in, keep that in mind. Reach out to us, ask us questions. We would love to help you. All right. Hope you have a great rest of your Monday, and we'll see you soon. Bye, everyone. Good night.